Moonstone Books, who publishes the Kolchak books and comics, wanted to take Carl Kolchak, who's the classic reporter who faces supernatural menaces from the 70s TV series, and team him up with some classic characters they had the rights to from pulp fiction and pop culture. And they gave me a list and said, see what you can do with this. Um, and I'm happy to say I was able to work in all of the characters that they wanted to see and then some. And I think it worked out pretty well. And the characters that they wanted included are Blackshirt, who's an ex-British SAS operative, who is his record is sealed under the Official Secrets Act, but somebody has that information and uses it to blackmail him into doing things. This is an anonymous actor named Vox, who communicates with him only via phone and headset. They wanted me to use Foxy Brown, who is sort of a street fighting character along the lines of, I guess, this is kind of the kind of movies Pam Grier made in the 70s. And they wanted me to use T.H.E. Cat, who's a reformed cat burglar, who was played by Robert Loggia in a short-lived TV series, I think in the late 60s. He's based in San Francisco and really great character. Used to be a circus acrobat turned cat burglar turned hero after he reformed. Who else did I have to use? A new version of the Domino Lady that I had to create based on sort of the Moonstone Domino Lady continuity, who is a descendant of the original Domino Ladies working in LA. And the Domino Lady is a pulp character who her costume was always black and white. And she had different versions of it throughout the Moonstone continuity, but her trademark tool were these syringes of knockout serum that she would use to knock out people so she could do things like steal back ill-gotten gains and reveal corruption. Flint from the Our Man Flint movies, where Flint was played by James Coburn, sort of a super spy character with very tongue-in-cheek. And he had this wristwatch that did all sorts of cool stuff like shoot lasers. And he was one of these guys who knew everything and was an expert at everything. So he was fun to write. And who am I forgetting? Mr. Keene, tracer of lost persons, who has a very interesting literary history. He was actually created by Robert W. Chambers, who created The King in Yellow, who wrote a book, Mr. Keene, Tracer of Lost Persons. That book is largely forgotten, and Mr. Keene is known mostly for a radio program that starred him and that developed the character in different directions. And Pat Novak, Man for Hire, was the last character. And he was a tremendous amount of fun to write because Pat Novak is basically, Robert Mitchum having just walked out of any 1940s noir movie. And he talks like that. He talks like, his dialogue was written by Dashiell Hammett and Raymond Chandler in a drunken bout of who can write the most hard-boiled dialogue. But he operates in the real world. So he was a lot of fun to write because he's out there dealing with, everyday reality, but he's talking like one of those stereotypical noir characters. And I had to figure out a way to connect all these characters and set them up to face a supernatural menace inspired by H.P. Lovecraft's story From Beyond. Mm. And there was a lot. There was a lot to pull together there, and a lot of ancillary characters. Domino Lady has supporting characters. Kolchak has supporting characters. T.H.E. Cat has a supporting character, and I tried to even Pat Novak has some supporting characters, and I tried to work them all in at least for a little cameo or something.
And when is this coming out?
This was published over the summer, so it's available now, and you can find it most easily at Moonstone Books website. And it's available in an illustrated hardcover and a regular edition paperback.
Excellent. Thank you. And do you have anything else coming out soon?
Nothing on the immediate horizon, but I have a new story collection that just came out 1 week ago. Raw Dog Screaming Press published my new collection On the Hierophant Road, which is a collection of my sci-fi, fantasy, and other stories, all sorts of weird genre stories in there. And it's been getting a really good response so far. I'm very happy. Got a starred review from Library Journal. and has gotten some great write-ups and feedback from readers.
Excellent. Thank you so much, James. Really appreciate you stopping by.
Thank you, Alex.